Time now is 5:12. Juneteenth marks our country's second Independence Day. It was June 19th, 1865, when hundreds of thousands of enslaved African Americans in Texas were notified they were free by executive decree. In 2021, President Joe Biden signed legislation making Juneteenth a federal holiday. It took well over a century for that to happen. Now, many mark Juneteenth with festivals, parades, and gatherings with family and friends. This week, I met a South Bay artist who for decades has been celebrating his artwork and creating his artwork around the joy of Black culture and community while not forgetting the enduring legacy of slavery. Every stroke of this paint pen is freedom for Rasheed Lattimore.
One of the things that I feel ultimately is freedom.
He's a self-taught graffiti artist whose hands speak louder than his voice ever could.
I feel like art is my voice. It's my stamp on the world, you know, and I always say that the pharaohs didn't paint themselves on the walls. It was artists that did that.
Artists like him painting with purpose, creating culture on a canvas. Since he was just 13 years old, Rasheed has been making masterpieces, all inspired by his love for hip hop.
If you saw my collection of work, you could guess that I was a Black person without me being there.
He says graffiti art is a pillar of hip hop and a Black art form. With at least 1,000 pieces in his canvas catalog, each one pays homage to his Black culture.
Well, we're really right in front of my faves, so this is a piece called Clairvoyance, and it's like an Afrofuturism piece because it's clearly a Black queen rising above the clouds and seeing clearly.
He says the patterns, colors, and themes he uses honors Blackness and the beauty of it.
Art is always the constant for me, and it allows me to have that freedom of expression.
He says his freedom of expression comes only because of Black people's freedom from slavery. June 19th, 1865, the day the news of the Emancipation Proclamation reached enslaved people in Galveston, Texas. But President Abraham Lincoln issued an Emancipation Proclamation in January of 1863. It's called Juneteenth.
Getting free from chattel slavery was the first step toward being able to create culture and to be able to be free in like a new way.
Juneteenth marks our country's second Independence Day and is the longest running holiday in Black communities.
I just finished up the details here, and this is my breakthrough piece. I started doing characters that were breaking through the canvas.
A concept he wanted to explore, reflective of how Black people in the 1860s and even today have broken barriers. The historical legacy of Juneteenth shows us the value of never giving up hope.
A person like me has the ability, the freedom, and the luxury to be able to create something.
And his art embodies and preserves the richness of African American culture and history. All right, you can tell his house is full of so much art. So you can check out Rasheed, his artwork, and even his new book at the 42nd Annual Juneteenth Homecoming Celebration this Saturday at noon in San Jose.